First impressions are, what the hell is running through the guard right here? It looks like it's like wrinkled or something. I hope that can be ironed out or something. I actually haven't seen this finish in person. I really like the walnut finish actually. I think it fits pretty well with the vibe, or what the vibe is gonna be, I guess. By the way, these magnets are like extremely strong. As soon as you put it in, ooh, you hear that? Ouch. What I was thinking was putting these on top of the carpet to soften kind of the bass. There is some suspension here with the stand, so it's not directly on the ground, but the way that they designed the box, the bass, basically it acts like a chamber inside here. So I'm scared that the neighbors downstairs are gonna hear it because I'm on the 3rd floor up here. So if I put the carpet down, I'm hoping it'll help me a little bit, which means I gotta slide everything under here. I gotta slide the carpet out from underneath my standing table. There goes Jason Tatum. So thank you for watching the video so far. Before I dive into the review, I just kind of want to touch base on the unboxing process in general. And you know, sometimes it's an underrated thing, but they really package these speakers very well. When you're transferring these speakers to your house, you know, I had to carry them up 3 flights of stairs to get them into my apartment. Boxes are a little awkward to carry by yourself, so if you have somebody else to help you out, that would probably be ideal. Once I started to unbox it, there were like these little corner supports, like this hard, rigid cardboard, and there was no give inside the box at all, so you don't have to worry about these things like, you know, shaking around and everything like that. Okay, so now let's get into the actual review of the speakers. So what do I think about the overall appearance of the speakers? Well, I have like a lot of mid-century modern furniture in my apartment. It's like this old, like, you know, 60s, 70s, retro-y style furniture. You know, it just goes with the overall vibe of my whole space. So if you're somebody that's looking for that vintage look, these will be great for you. So the speakers, they come on a steel stand. It's like a slanted steel stand. I don't think they come in different colors or anything like that, but basically they're just black. And lastly, the speakers themselves, the front of them, they have a 1-inch, I believe, tweeter, a 4-inch dedicated mid-range driver, and you know, there's a 10-inch bass dome at the bottom. And that's basically it, you know, it's just straightforward. Other than the stand and the speakers themselves, you have the grill, the faceplate that they come with. And I think depending on which color speakers you get, they have two options. One is like a cherry reddish kind of vintage wood veneer, and the other is the one that I have, which is like the walnut finish. Okay, so now let's talk about the important stuff, which is the overall sound quality, right? That's the most important. You won't be able to get a completely accurate understanding of these speakers until you've kind of, ran them through their paces. They recommend 8 hours at least minimum, just listening to your music to kind of just have it wear in a little bit. These speakers are crisp on the highs, but not too crisp. The dedicated mid-range driver is kind of neutral-ish, and then the bass is tight. They've made the changes inside to be more up to date with, modern electronics. So when they made the speaker in the late 60s, early 70s, I believe, obviously none of that was there, but now with modern day technology, they're able to integrate a little bit more into these speakers. Don't be expecting a full out vintage speaker. Just because it looks vintage, it doesn't sound completely vintage. Now you can pair it with certain electronics to make it warmer and, and give it that type of vintage, warmth, but don't be expecting that, so you have to pair it based off of what you're looking for. Now, the way that I've done it is I went and I got an amp that pairs nicely in a sense that it gives me some of that added warmth that I'm looking for. If you guys want to see what I paired my speakers with, you can follow this link, and maybe that's something that you'd be interested in pairing yours with. These speakers are great with a lot of vocals. If you listen to a lot of current day, pop music, stuff like that, just the overall sound stage, it's very wide because there's a lot of that separation. So if you're somebody that has a lot of old records and you want to play these on there, you might not get the exact result you're looking for, because in my experience, they play better with like good pressings, remastered music, re-released music, or just good, well-maintained records in general. Another thing you might want to consider is your room and the environment that you're going to keep these speakers in. They do include switches in the back of the speakers for adjustment of the mid frequencies from 400 hertz up. Basically, it cuts them by a decibel and a half to 3 decibels depending on how many live surfaces and dead surfaces you have in your room. So, if you have a lot of, hard surfaces, tile rooms, concrete walls for some reason, and you're putting these in there, you can bring down some of those higher frequencies and mid frequencies to kind of attenuate for your room. All right, so let's talk about the price. I think it's like $2,500 for the pair, and $2,500 for a pair like this is a really good value nowadays. You have speakers obviously that are thousands and thousands of dollars more, but I think that these, for the price, will get you something that you'll be happy with. If you're somebody that's not like, oh, I need to listen analytically to this sound and that sound and the lows and the mids and, that doesn't stand out and, I blah, 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 all that stuff, whatever. These speakers, you're just gonna enjoy and have fun. That's it. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for coming by and checking this video out. If you like what you hear, please drop me a comment, give me a like, and come back for more. All right. This is Creative KD. All right. Peace.